What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Celio's Network for the Conquest match between myself and the Sableyes. Link to their channel will be in the description below. In this Conquest match, I have brought 5 decks and they brought 5 decks, and the first side to win with all 5 of their decks first wins the Conquest match. The decks that I have selected are Zacian ADP, Tapu Koko V ADP, Spelltag Malamar, Ultimate Mewtwo, and Blacephalon GX. And Jordan and Blake from the Sableyes have brought Zacian ADP, Pikoram, Spelltag Malamar, Ultimate Mewtwo, and Baby Blacephalon. The first to win a single game with each of their 5 decks wins the match. And this is part 1. Enjoy the games. Lineup. Oh, beautiful starting hand from the Blowns. Not what you want to see. Game 1. Alright, we've got Oricorio, so there's a chance. We gotta put that down. Definitely gotta put that down. And attach pass. So Treasure, Psychic Energy away. Looks like we're playing against Malamar here. A bad matchup, so, you know, I don't mind too much that we got a bad hand versus a bad matchup. If we had to draw like this, I'm happy it's against Malamar. And there's a Tina, so they're probably going to pitch away. Oh, just, okay, thinning out for the Jirachi, getting a Cynthia. So, looks like maybe they had no outs to drawing cards in their hand. Okay, there's a Quick Ball, so Quick Ball away the Tina. Quick Ball away another Energy. Attach Energy. Okay, actually a very solid hand after they got the Stellar Wish into Cynthia. Very solid. Well, maybe they prize 3 Inkays and we can win off of that. Okay, Heat Factory. Heat Factory is a very good top deck. Are we in this game now? Well, we can't play down the Ultra Space, so that kind of sucks. We could attach to this Oricorio, so if this gets knocked out, we can retreat. I think I'd rather just Marnie and then hope that we go into like a Blown and an Energy off of that. I think that's fine, or maybe even another Poipole. So let's go ahead and Marnie. Okay, that's not bad at all. We can... I think we'll Quick Ball away the Marnie. Another Poipole is actually very tempting. The Venom Shot does not get one-shotted by Tina since it's weak to Fairy. We can Venom Shot their Malamars. Definitely tempting to go for another Poipole instead of another Blown. I think maybe another Poipole is the right way to go. We can get a Blown at any time, right? Poipoles we need down to evolve into, so I'm going to go with the Poipole. We'll see how that goes. So we'll bench the Poip. Attach Beast Energy here. And why not Spit Poison? Still have those annoying special condition notifications. If you guys been watching the past week, then you'll know that I had to wipe my hard drive, or maybe it's the past 2 weeks by the time this video is up, but I had to wipe my hard drive basically and re-download PTCGO, so all of those annoying notifications have been popping off. Alright, Viridian Forest moves our Heat Factory to the Lost Zone. I really don't mind the Viridian Forest over Heat Factory, actually. Whatever we draw, we can just ditch for another energy and then double welder onto this Poiple. And we also have Dance of Tribute if they knock out this Poiple, which I'm expecting to happen. Switch into another Jirachi. And they have the board ready to go. Attach an energy and research for 7. So I'm thinking they'll get a Malamar. They have energy in there. There we go. So a pretty good turn for my opponent here. But they still only have one Malamar. Maybe they have the legendary triple Inkay in the prize cards. So I do think that Venom Shot onto the Malamar next turn is the best case scenario for us. We have a pretty decent next turn coming up, it looks like, with the Viridian Forest for another fire energy. Draw 3 off the welder. We have Dance of Tribute. Maybe we'll even get a Dedenne or an Ultra Conversion. So we have the potential to draw a lot of cards here. And we top decked another energy right there. We don't even have to Viridian Forest, so do I want to Dance of Tribute first, or do I want a Welder? I think I want a Welder, because then if I draw into Dedenne, I could Dedenne, then Dance of Tribute on top of that. So, and do I want to use Viridian Forest? No, I'll save that. So we're going to put both energy on the active. And we got the Ultra Conversion to Ganadel. This is looking really good. Island Challenge Amulet, I don't think I necessarily want to put it on to this Naganadel GX though, however. Let's draw our extra 3 off of Dance of Tribute. Great Catcher, B-String, none of that's helping us right now. So we're going to evolve. We'll attach for turn. I really wonder if Great Catcher is ever going to be of use for us in this matchup, or if I can just pitch it away to thin out the deck. I think I'm going to pitch it away to thin out the deck. We'll do that. Grabbing a Psychic Energy could be useful for the future, but I don't think they're going to be bumping their Viridian anytime soon, so we can always get that Psychic Energy later. Like I said, I don't think I want to put the Island Challenge Amulet down, and we're going to do Venom Shot on the Malamar, discarding 2 fire energy. Alright, we got a Blacephalon GX. Now, let's see if they get the Mew here. I would assume they'll get a Mew. Mimikyu. Okay. Maybe they're going to go after our Oricorio GX here. Oh, no, they can't. They don't have a Malamar, so they're just setting up for later. Sometimes you get so into the swing of things with Malamar that you always think you have a Malamar on deck, and that you do something like bench the Mimic, you attach energy, and then you just automatically think you have another energy to attach. So that could have been what happened there. So that, or they might just be anticipating not having Malamar, so they need to set up Mimikyu. So they did Dene. It's really funny because it does look like they prized 3 Inkay. Like I said at the beginning of the game, that was our out to victory. So that really might have happened. The bad news is we don't have we don't have a supporter. We have to Ultra Conversion away this Blacephalon. Okay, we still don't have a welder. We don't have another Poiple either. Huh. But I definitely think we want to save this Naganadel, because next turn, if they take 2 prizes, the plan is we're going to use our Baby Blown. That is the plan, at least. That's the hopeful plan. We could retreat, send out Blacephalon GX, and maybe Burst GX here. Just take a prize. We could Bursting Burn. I think Bursting Burn sounds okay. And we'll get rid of the Fire Energy, of course. Now, I could attach Island Challenge Amulet, but that would make them go down to 4 prizes, and because of Baby Blown, the Psychic one, of course, we want them to go down to 3 prizes exactly. So, I think I will pitch a Fire, grab a Psychic, just in case something does happen to that Viridian Forest. And, we'll Bursting Burn here. So if I Burst GX, I go down to 4 prizes, and I can take 3, potentially, off of a cheeky Baby Blown. I think we'll Bursting Burn. And Tails stay burn. They're confused. No Malamar on the bench. So just kind of stalling a little bit there with the Bursting Burn. Seems okay. I should have definitely checked to see if Baby Blown was in the deck when I used Viridian Forest last turn. You guys probably saw it on the screen in passing, but I was not actively looking for it. This has 70 HP left. This has 20 HP left. That's 90. They're putting 40 somewhere else, so I could be looking at a 3 prize turn with the Baby Blown for sure. And unfortunately, there's the bench barrier Mew, so no more Venom Shot shenanigans for now. And Shadow Impact, and they're going to be putting 40 more damage onto their board. Where will it go? Hopefully not the active, because I might knock out the active. Great. Okay, so Jirachi, that's really good for me. That's where I wanted it to go. Because I think I will actually knock this Tina out with Mind Blown. That has 60 or not? Yeah, 60. So I think I'll actually knock it out with Mind Blown. We'll attach here. And then Marnie. Let's Ultra Conversion away this Naganadel. Okay, nice. And 4 fire, 6 fire. Okay, I can get rid of a fire here. Okay, so Baby Blown is prized, and that is like most of our strategy at the moment, so that's definitely a little bit worrying. So we do need to take prizes, and that was like an inkling I had in the back of my mind why I didn't want to go with Burst GX. What if the Baby Blown is prized? And I really don't want to play Ultra Space down in case I need Psychic Energy soon. Okay, and I need to do 2 energy for Mind Blown. So we'll go ahead and remove both of these. Take a knockout, go down to 4 prizes, hopefully taking the Baby Blown out of the prizes here. Or if not here, then next turn would not be good. So I need it here or nothing. And it's not there. So here they could just knock us out with Bench Barrier Mew. And not having the Baby Blown is definitely rough. Cynthia, still no more Inkays coming down, and what is this? A fighting energy down to the Mew. Very interesting. And that Mew is going to take a knockout. There we go. Alright, so we're gonna send up a Poiple. And how do I want to do this? So we can... I don't think we need to use Viridian Forest. Do I need anything with the Mysterious Treasure? I could always get another Naganadel. So we're going to start off with Beastring. Regardless, we will start off with Beastring. And... do I want a Welder or do I want to Marnie? I think Welder should be okay. Let's see how many Welder I've used. I've only used 1. I might want to save the Welder. I might just want to Marnie this turn. So I can not pitch for Viridian Forest. I don't need the extra energy. We're going to move it out of play with Ultra Space and grab a Naganadel. We will evolve. Attach here and Marnie. I actually should have Ultra Spaced after Marnie, so I would have had better odds of drawing into a Naganadel and then just Ultra Spacing for the other one, so that's definitely a misplay there. I really don't see us using Island Challenge Amulet because their knockouts are this Naganadel and this Naganadel, right? I could bench a Blown. Let's go ahead and Dance of Tribute. Okay, so I could do this. I could knock that out with a Blown, and then they don't have a good attack to copy with Mimikyu because they still don't have Inkay's down somehow, some way that's happened. But we're out of energy, so we can't actually we can't actually do that. There was only 1 fire energy in deck. So I could not do Mind Blown this turn. I could do Burst GX. I don't think that's very good though, because that allows them to sit here and use Psi Power again. Just put 3 onto the Ganadel GX. That's not great for us at all. So I definitely messed up there by attaching the fire energy to the Spit Poison Poiple. I don't think that was great. Let's Ultra Conversion away this Blown. Definitely not great of me to do that. So we Turning Point here. They Turning Point us back. And then from there, it just is not looking great. It's looking pretty dicey from there. We'll grab this. Stinger GX could be kind of neat to do. If we had our Baby Blown, Stinger GX is always neat. Especially since they don't have an attacker that could actually knock us out after using Stinger. So if we had Baby Blown on the deck, Stinger could have been a game plan that I was thinking about. I used my Oricorio, I did everything else, so we'll just Turning Point here. And then from there, we're gonna lose because our Baby Blown was prized, and we only really ever had a chance because they prized so poorly with the Inkays, I think. So I don't think I can complain too much there that we're losing due to the Baby Blown, when the whole reason we had a chance to win was because they prized so poorly. So I suppose they do need to hit energy though, right? And there's Cynthia. There's 1 energy on the board, 6 psychic energy in the discard pile, and a fighting energy. So that's 1. Okay, they have fighting energy in hand, so they're fine. And from there, they'll actually just be okay because of the spell tag, I believe. Yeah, they'll knock this out, then we knock out the Mimikyu, and... Oh, they won here because they have double Tina. Okay. Yeah, that's the game. And then they just have to retreat and use Copycat Turning Point. And that's the game. So I'm not going to concede on them here if they want to... There we go. They got it. The gears are turning. There they go. That one definitely got a little bit dicey, though. So, GG, Sableyes take the first game of the Conquest. Spell tag Malamar is out for them, and I've still got my Blacephalon GX. That's still in there. To game 2 of the Conquest match versus Sableyes. I'm getting to choose, since I lost game 1, I'm choosing to go first, and I'm playing ADP Zacian. ADP Zacian, and looks like we're playing against Ability Zard. Oh no, Baby Blowns. Baby Blowns. I think it's Baby Blowns. I think it is Baby Blowns. Does not look great if this is Baby Blowns. But still winnable. Every match is winnable for ADP Zacian. So let's us grab an energy for turn. And I'm going to quick ball away a Shrine of Punishment. Look at a Zacian. And I know what I'm playing against, so I think I can just go ahead and quick ball away the Guru. And I either get a Primate Wisdom Iron Guru here, or a Jirachi. Jirachi's probably a little bit safer. I think we'll go with the Jirachi. Attach active and intrepid sword. Hey, there we go. We got an energy. Awesome. Okay, Oricoro GX and Blacephalon GX into the discard. I would have liked to see them on the bench preferably, but at least there's a Dedenne GX on the bench. And also a Cramorant V going to the discard pile. All of these Juicy 2 prizers just not where I want them to be. So they've got the turn 1 Welder for 2, count them, 2 fire energy. They've got 3 fire energy in the discard pile. They've already used Giant Hearth. Got a Welder again for next turn, of course. And no turn 1 attack from them. I'll take it. We top deck Metal Energy, which is beautiful. I could pitch it with Giant Hearth and then use Metal Saucer onto the Zacian, but that's a bit greedy. I'm going to go ahead and just attach to our ADP because we need to use Altered Creation this turn. Bench the Zacian. And I could actually play down Shrine of Punishment to bump their Giant Hearth, since math-wise it wouldn't matter for 3 more turns on the ADP. But I think it's just better to not play the Shrine of Punishment. It could come back to bite me if they don't replace it within 3 turns. Or 3 turns. So from here, I think we go Marnie. We know they have Welder in their hand. We don't really know anything else, but 5-card hand, we know they have Welder. I think playing Marnie is fine there. We also get a Quick Ball and Metal Saucer. So we can go ahead and Quick Ball away this Metal Energy. Let's just look at our deck. Great catchers in there. We got a Metal Frying Pan. All 4 custom catchers. Here I think we go for the Iron Guru. We'll play down the Guru. Metal Saucer. And we could Primate Wisdom Marnie to the top. Since we're not going to use that right now anyway. And we get another Metal Energy. Nothing we're going to do with that. And Altered Creation. Okay, so pretty solid. I do want to see a Metal Frying Pan for my Zacians, so they'll have to, they won't have weakness to help them knock me out, so they will have to discard 5 energy to knock out a Zacian. And they will definitely be looking for a knockout on either Zacian or ADP on this upcoming turn. So definitely an unfavorable matchup for me, but I do think I'm having a pretty good start, and they are looking a little bit shaky. They did not get off a turn 1 attack, which is great. So retreat the Jirachi, Beastbringer. Oh no, it's all happening. Oh wow. This is crazy. So Beastbringer is going to allow them to go down to just 2 prize cards, And this list does not play reset stamp. I don't think I changed this at all. It should be towards exact 60 from Malmo, so it doesn't play reset stamp. They're going to go down to 2 prize cards here. But they did have to welder onto Jirachi this past turn. They didn't get to welder onto a Blacephalon and set that up. That would have been really brutal to stare down. But this Beastbringer is really changing how I thought this game might be able to go. So they do play themselves down to a 0-card hand with the Fireball Circus, discarding all their fire energy, and then take 4 prize cards. So the reset stamp wouldn't actually even be that detrimental here. They'd only be going from 4 to 2. We'll send up the Jirachi. So we do have Marnie here. They have 4 basically random cards because it's 4 of their prize cards there. I think we definitely don't want to risk not getting an attack off, so I think we Stellar Wish here to start things off. Stellar Wish. We got Metal Saucer. We've got a Skateboard. There's no sense in ever setting up a second Zacian V because they only need to knock 1 more out to win the game. So definitely not the Saucer. I think we'll grab the Skateboard. We'll go ahead and retreat. Attach for turn. Now, we are looking for Frying Pan. Frying Pan's definitely what we want to see here. We could Primate Wisdom to switch back to the top of the deck, so we have it for next turn, or if we draw into a Jirachi, we can retreat Stellar Wish and safely switch back out, and that will potentially let us dig a little deeper for the Metal Frying Pan. I think we will Primate Wisdom to switch to the top of the deck. Got a Great Catcher, that's not helping us, and now we'll Marnie this Great Catcher to the bottom of the deck. We know we're drawing the switch. There's an Acrobike, letting us draw a little deeper once again, and we get double Custom Catcher off of that. I guess we'll take a Custom Catcher and ditch a Custom Catcher. Well, it does not hurt to play down this Metal Saucer. We didn't get the Frying Pan, which I would have definitely liked to have gotten there. We could burn a switch to draw one with Custom Catcher. We could Giant Hearth away this energy to draw with Custom Catcher. Which maybe that is the correct thing to do here. So Giant Hearth away energy, burn a switch, and Brave Blade. We could burn the Research, but we probably want to use Research next turn. Okay, let's go for this. It's a little bit safer if we can have the Metal Frying Pan. Then they won't need as much. They'll need more to knock us out. And then, like I said, we'll go ahead and burn the switch, go into the Zacian that we'll be attacking with this turn, and then Custom Catcher for 2. And there's another Custom Catcher. Do we burn it? No, I don't think so, because we have 2 in there already, so we want to save this one. And we'll just Brave Blade, so we did not end up getting the Metal Frying Pan. So they'll just need Welder, attach, and then 3 energy to discard with the Fireball Circus, as opposed to 5 energy to discard if we were able to get the Metal Frying Pan. So there's Palpad. Definitely want to put those Welders back into their deck. Giant Hearth getting rid of a Blacephalon. And here's the Stellar Wish for a quick ball. So it does not look like they will be getting the Welder just yet. They already used Giant Hearth. They pitched a Blacephalon to get 2 fire energy. We know that. Quick ball for another baby Blown. Lucky Egg onto the active Jirachi. We're definitely going to want to try to custom catcher around that Lucky Egg. This might be our chance here to come back. So we definitely need to switch out the Zacian. We need the Brave Blade, and we also want to Stellar Wish with the Jirachi, so that works out. Anyway, 24 cards in the deck, so we can definitely get to dig a little bit. No, I don't see anything wrong with starting out with this switch into the Jirachi. We're going to want to attach to Zacian. How many switches are gone? Just 2 switch are gone. So we'll bench this one. I think I will thin out the deck a little bit here. We could grab the Dene. And then Primate Wisdom custom catcher to the top of the deck. How many? So we've used 0 research and 1's prize. There's a quick ball and okay, so better odds of hitting another Dene after the research, but we're not going to want to do that necessarily because we're putting the custom catcher back on top with Primate Wisdom, so we definitely want to research because we draw 1 more card and we can't Dene away the custom catcher. The goal is to custom catcher up this Blacephalon and knock it out. So we are going to go ahead and Primate Wisdom this to the top and then research. We could actually quick ball and get a Dene out, but then we wouldn't guarantee drawing that custom catcher we just put on top, so we definitely want to just research and get that custom catcher and hopefully another one. So no other custom catcher yet. At the worst case, we could Great Catcher around this Lucky Egg and get the Dene. And that's not really a terrible plan if that's all we can do. So from here, we are definitely going to Stellar Wish, I believe, and then Acrobike, or Acrobike and Stellar Wish. Take 2 out. Yeah, we'll Acrobike. And we get another Acrobike or a switch. So with this switch, we get 2 Stellar Wishes. I think we'll get the switch. Nothing else to thin out the deck. Stellar Wish into the custom catcher. Perfect. So this means we knock out the Blown with an energy and their Lucky Egg doesn't pop. And we got the Frying Pan. It's looking real great for us right now. We don't have to use the other switch. We are going to get rid of their Giant Hearth. We have no GXs or EXs on the board. Of course, no EXs because it's standard format, but that's what Shrine of Punishment says. And we're going to retreat into our Zacian and double catcher up this and Brave Blade for 2 prizes. Now, I think Blowns have moved away from playing the dolls in their lists. If they had not, and dolls was still popular, I probably wouldn't have burned that custom catcher to that earlier custom catcher when I burned it to just try to draw into the Frying Pan. But of course we do have Great Catcher as well. So here's Stellar Wish. They got a Jirachi stuck active with a Lucky Egg on it. Quick Ball. And pass. So, looking like we did it. And there's the Brave Blade for the last 2 prizes. We were able to come out on top against the Baby Blown. Let's go. So that's 1-1. My Zacian ADP is gone, and their Spell Tag Malamar is gone.